Okay, so, I feel like on some level, tagging the same person twice is just cheap. I just want to mix it up and spread it around a little bit and everything. But my son is over here telling lies on his stream, making up stuff about the fact that he's finally died. And, he needs to be punished for that. So we're gonna find him real quick. Oh my god, when did, when did the Lego stuff get this massive? That is ridiculous. Yeah, he is somewhere over here. We're gonna find him. Uh-huh, there you go. Got him! Hey yo, it's Lyarrah, and today you join me on top of this very spidery looking mess for what I'm sure is a moderately out of order episode. Oh, and by that I mean I am recording this in little bits because I know this is ultimately going to go out well after whatever comes next, because I know this is going to take me a couple of episodes worth of time to get through. And what I mean by this is a whole mountain. Now, as you can see, I have already gotten quite a bit of progress on it. I did show you in the previous episode, or no, I guess it was 2 episodes ago by now, because I did the escape room. I haven't done it yet, but I presume I'm doing the escape room. My cheaty zoom is off. Hang on. There we go. Escape room. Yes, I have not yet done it, but again, I suspect because I'm having to do this in kind of a weird order that I will have before this. Yeah. Anyway, we have Giant Mountain here. And fortunately, I mostly don't have to worry about this going unintentional mob farm because of the only thing that spawns in tundra biomes is strays, and they only spawn on the surface. So the only thing I've had to worry about lighting up down here is that section back there, because that's actually beach. I had a very comical moment on stream that regrettably is not clipped, where just while I was in the middle of explaining to people that nothing was going to spawn under there, a bunch of zombies spawned right there. Yeah, it was pretty great. Anyway, what I am here to do is not to explain that to you. It is to sleep first, and then to show you how it is that I am doing all of this mountainy goodness. Come on, that looks pretty nice to me. So I am approaching this mountain in kind of the same way that I approached my mesa, but in a different direction, so to speak. Where the mesa, I went around and around in circles because of the striation, I believe is the fancy word, but the stripes. This one I have been doing mostly from the bottom up, though I've been doing a bit of it from the top down as well, just to help them meet up a little bit better. And I have also, I gave the rough outlines here. For the most part, I've actually been doing these further out than I have these lines being. And what we are doing is simply deciding on a spot and starting to do a pillar up. Now, there's a couple of things I'm having to take into consideration here with it. One of them is figuring out how quickly I actually want the slope to go up. So some sides of this are steeper than others, and also for the most part it's going to be steeper as it approaches the top until it reaches the very top, at which point in time it goes off a little bit, which with a normal mountain could go either way. Usually the very, very tip top of peaks is the sharpest point, and I kind of have that going on with the tip top of this. Actually, no, not very. We're gonna have to come back and do that part, but. For right now, the important part is doing this. Now, I wish that I could tell you exactly how I do this, because this feels like the kind of thing that I would love to make a tutorial on if I could. But I've been operating on like pure instinct on these. The only thing I can tell you for sure is that I am trying to consistently have some gullies in here that roughly wind up either the same line or only shifted over by like 1 or 2 during their way up. So that, that's where, rainwater has fallen down or whatever like that. And also that I'm doing some semblance of trying to keep the place a little climbable. Yeah, I obviously overall I'm expecting people to either fly up or I may wind up with a staircase wrapped up the side of it. But getting it into a place where I say that I'm trying to make it climbable, but I instantly violate that again. You know what? Forget that part. I'm not trying to make it climbable. It's fine. What I am trying to do is make the curves around be kind of natural feeling. Instead of having any kind of sharp edges to them, I really want them to be, nice and graduated. And just a nice smooth curve around here. And then this part will be like a nice smooth curve back around the other way. So this right here is exactly what we don't want. We don't want there to be right angles awkwardly plopped in there. We want this to be, smooth. And what I mean by we are working both from the bottom up and the top down is that we're having to deal with the fact that it's wider at the bottom here than it will be at the top. And this also kind of helps with trying to make sure that I don't make it too steep. So for example, right here, I'm looking up and I'm making sure, okay, there's still a few blocks in. It's not as many blocks as I'd like it to be before there, but it still is a few more blocks in before we reach there. And as we start getting towards the top here, then we wind up wanting to, kind of do from both sides at the same time. So I know that this needs to go in a little further still. One other thing is making sure that I don't just make the different layers a uniform amount each time. I want them to be, some of them to be 2 or 3 and some of them to be like 10. And even when it's steeper, there should be like a 6 and an 8 and so on. And sometimes where it sticks out 2 at a time versus 1 at a time and so on. And see, up here is where we are doing the top-down part of this. So if we go here, we can decide which parts are jutting out immediately and which parts are going to be a little bit smoother on it. And work our way down from there on it. And again, this is part of what I meant by like trying to think about what parts would have the gullies and everything. So I'm thinking about the smoothness up there at the top. So this particular side, I have the path here be as though it's on kind of a naturally slightly flatter section of the whole thing. So I may make parts of this look like they've been cut out slightly in order to, leave even a flatter space for this. But this section is meant to be, actually on top of the mountain. Versus that section over there is meant to be like actually an overhang. So ultimately this side will wind up maybe with like some posts propping it up or something like that. But you'll see that the curve goes up underneath it so that it connects more directly with the peak above it versus this side being more graduated. And see, I'm not even sure that I like this specific section because of wanting it to be more graduated here. I think I might want to bring this down a little bit. Give it a little bit more gentle. And that's the thing with a project like this. You can't be afraid to go back and make little tweaks to things you've already done. But you also can't just, you know, constantly be retweaking them because you will be here for a century if you do. Now, because of how I'm doing this, hey, stop shooting at me. I made it be morning, you jerks. Whatever. This does leave me with these holes to patch up, but the thing is that I actually prefer having to go back in and patch up these holes afterwards, and kind of doing it in these very, I'm not sure what word to use for it, but like step-by-step ways, you know? It's, I'm doing it in chunks. I'm doing it in chunks at a time, and it works better for the way that I think about builds. It does mean that sometimes I wind up with areas that are a little bit more straight up and down than I really want them to be, so I'm probably going to, you know, make this area a little bit more vertical. Maybe I like that. I don't know. We'll take a look at it. You can barely tell that was there. Now that we're looking at it. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. That's another thing with it is that you can't be afraid to have little bits that dip further in like this. And that, you know, there's going to be the occasional spot where things jut out more. Depending on what kind of mountain you want to do and what kind of scale it's going to be, then you can have it be at different curves. You can have it be at different levels of spikiness. If I were doing a significantly larger mountain, like, I don't know, double the size, I likely would not have it being so spiky. Or rather, it might be this spiky still with this many little bits that are jutting up and down, but it wouldn't be as noticeable. Because it just wouldn't, on the scale, it wouldn't look as big of a deal. On this one, it's really noticeable, and actually I'm looking at, like, this section has a lot more little holes in it and everything versus that section's just very spiky, and I'm not sure how I feel about that right now. I'm gonna have to reevaluate. It's all gonna have snow on it later. By the way, I did mention the idea of figuring out where there's going to be rain gullies and stuff down it. Basically what you want to do is find areas that are indented. The bottoms where it matters most that it's indented, and then you work from the top or from the bottom up on it. So right here. So this is curved more inwards. There is definitely a bit of an indent right here. So this is a spot where runoff has naturally carved out of this section here, meaning that it had to come down the mountain somehow from somewhere. So you can actually follow this up where there's a cutout along there, and it heads on up the mountain there. This side probably then would have come from up there, kind of where there's a really deep dip up there and everything. And this might be a good spot to put a waterfall later or something. And then, like, on the sides that I'm working on right now, there is kind of the indent right down here, and I left a path for a river or a creek, an estuary. I don't even know what to call it when it's this tiny. Anyway, for it to have come down from like up there, through there, down there, all the way down. Beyond doing it as the curve there, I mean, I don't really know how to suggest it other than just happy little trees that, embrace your Bob Ross and just decide for yourself where these little creeks flow down. If it helps you to go ahead and then grab a bucket of water and pour it down, test it, go for it. It's definitely not going to consistently follow the whole way down because it will, water in Minecraft doesn't find the only path of least resistance. It finds all paths of least resistance. So if there's a way down, it goes that way. My other advice is just like grab pictures of mountains and take a look at like how there is wrinkles in them and everything and ask yourself how they got there. Was there a creek flowing down this little bit at some point in time? If all of the snow melts off the top of it, where is that water going to go? Where is it going to drip through? Is it the kind of mountain where it's just going to soak into the soil and maybe come out a creek from a cave on the side? Or what's going to happen with it? Regardless, I am not like an expert on this. This is something I am still learning myself, so I'm just kind of giving you all my thought process of how I'm going through it. But I really hope that it helps you somewhat on getting this done. If you do want to tackle something this big. Now, mind you, give yourself more of a time limit on it than I have given myself. I am expecting to get this done in about a week, personally. But that's because I have like 5-6 hours a day I can devote just to playing Minecraft. And in fact, I can do that on stream. Like, this is my job. Okay? Do not be hard on yourself if it takes you longer than that to do it. This kind of a project, and that's for this scale. This is probably about 60 blocks across. If you got something bigger, it's going to take you longer. Even if you got something smaller, if it's your first one, it may take you longer. I'm the kind of person who, like I said, I can just zone out, do this on pure instinct, and it's fine, But if you need more time, don't worry. You're not required to be playing Minecraft at all hours of all days just because some of your faves do, This is not your job. And even if you want it to be your job someday, well, you one step at a time. You got to get there. Anyway, I am going to go live stream continuing to work on this. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a bunch more stone from the top here, and I will see you on the flip side of it. Is it? Okay. So, now, first of all, you need to not be leaving snow all over the actual track, good sir. This is the one area I do not want snow on. This is why I think I'm going to have to manually put snow on the top. I was about to say, now that I have the place finished, it's time to start detailing it. And one of the most important, well, it doesn't even really count as a detail. It's just a thing that needs to be done, and that is that we need to cover up this. Oh, this is going to be the trigger mechanism to turn back off the timer. Timer has not been built yet because I am clueless. Yeah. But what I am going to do here is I am going to set things up so that, oops, theoretically, if I put a lamp here, then anytime I'm on that, it should count as lit up. Okay. All right. That's good. That's what we want. Or rather, it's kind of what we don't want, but the way I mean by that's what we don't want is that I believe if I move this into the way of that, It doesn't count. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting there to come a point where this counts as triggering that. And that is exactly what I don't want. I want to make sure that if I'm making a snow pile here, a pretend snow pile, it is not going to be triggering the tripwire the whole time. I need it piled up here and looking good and not, yeah, not being very blatantly setting that off, because the whole point is for the boats to come careening in here and set it off. So we're going to wind up, you know, stacking up a whole bunch of these out here and making a pile out of this.
12 seconds later.
Yeah, no. I've decided I do not have the patience for this right now. What I'd like to go ahead and do in this time is Secret Santa, because yeah, Rogue's gonna be waiting for this, and I would really like to make sure that I get him something really good. Actually, I just realized I grabbed this on stream, not on video. I do way too much on stream. I think my New Year's resolution is that yes, I will do stuff on stream, but I will like be better about doing it on video too. The good news is my new computer's here, so I probably can like actually record stuff during streams too. But yeah, Rogue is somebody who, number one, RogueFox is who I got. But number two, Rogue is somebody who doesn't have as much time to play as some of us. He is somebody with a day job and everything, which I mean half the server has. You know, I shouldn't be saying it so casual. Hi, Jelly. What are you doing over there? He, I'm sure, could use, you know, a few things that he's probably not had time to get, but that would make his life easier, but that isn't necessarily, like, fun content for him to get on screen. So, ta-da! Yeah, I have been going ahead and getting him some gear put together. This stuff here needs to be properly enchanted still. I've gone ahead and enchanted the elytra and everything. I've got the this gear done already, because that's stuff that I actually had from all of this before it turned out that there was already a competing shop that was going to open, so I decided not to do it. But yeah, so he's getting a set of netherite armor and of a turtle shell helmet, because personally I think they're superior, and I know that he has a beacon, so he needs the protection from it. You know, they're the cutest kind of helmet. So there. A couple extra mending books if he's got other stuff he wants it on. We've of course got a full set of well, not full set, but I mean like it's a Silk Touch and a fortune pick, Silk Touch shovel, and a looting sword. I did do a bunch of mining to get the netherite for these on stream. I technically have enough sitting around. I could go and do these, but I'd like to have the extra left over. And of course, food, redstone, all that good stuff. So hopefully this will keep him going for a little while. This will mean that he's got one less thing to worry about for a bit. And yeah. So what I want to go ahead and do though is get these, well, let's get my stuff out of the way. And we need to get stuff for these. So if this has feather fall already, that's going to be good. Maybe we'll make the pants be actually blast protection. Speaking of Rogue, yeah, we gotta hurry this so maybe he can go get his present. Maybe we'll make this actually be blast protection to regular protection. I don't know. This, maybe we'll make it be actually fire protection. I don't know. We need something that's regular protection at least. The helmet definitely is gonna be, but yeah. So let's go ahead and start grabbing books out of things. We may need to get more levels somewhere along the way, but luckily the villagers are here to help with that. We can always just sticks, or, you know, string down the line. Yeah, let's start getting ourselves some protection and stuff together, and I will be back with you once we have, stuff sorted for him. I have, at some point along the line, taken down stuff that goes up there. It is a piece over here. Yeah, it's okay. Phew. Yeah, stocking the shop, I did a bad job of putting stuff back from. Oh, do I want to give him a trident? I don't know if he'll want a trident. Yeah, I think there's more important stuff to leave in the boxes than that. Oh, I should try to get a hold of a soul speed book for him. Okay, but seriously, where are my helmet enchants? Okay, but seriously, where are my helmet enchants? I need aqua affinity and I need respiration. Fine, we'll get them the old-fashioned way. Are they in here? No, they're not in here. Yeah, we'll get them the old-fashioned way. I mean, I guess all things considered, just going straight to an enchanting table would be the old-fashioned way. But, this is close enough. I'm calling it as close enough. Oh, I didn't actually break up the emeralds. I'm not even gonna lie. These super cheap villagers, probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. It is gonna be super tragic that we are gonna lose them very soon. Yeah. I mean, I know it was a bug, but I guess they'll stay cheap. We're just gonna have to actually have a curing thing in the middle. Whatever. It's good. It was nice having, the automatic zombificator while it lasted. Since when was the squid head tiny? And as predicted, I am basically out of levels, but that's where, well, first of all, that's where I have to make inventory space. But that is then where we just go, Nyum. And then we go, Nyum. Oh wait, hang on, fish. Listen, I know we wind up back over here with the villagers like every episode, but give me a break. They're rad. This is so handy. And honestly, I would just go trade even more stone to those guys up there, but every time that I do it, I wind up needing stone afterwards, and I wind up regretting it. I'm not going to regret getting more golden carrots, though. I've done tests before of, like, how many emeralds I could get from a lap around this place, or, like, from a couple laps, as a test. Hey, now barely everybody's showing up this morning. But I hadn't done any of, like, the levels, and without even maximum efficiency, that was about 6 minutes to get 45 levels. I feel like this is about as efficient as flying out to the Guardian farm and flying back is at the moment. It's pretty good, pretty good. Plus I got, well, that's only like half of what I got, because the rest of it still as individual emeralds in there. Oh, and honestly, that was perfect. I had 2 pieces of paper left on the whole thing. Yeah, no, pretty good. Think I'm gonna be fine. If I need levels again, I'll trade for quartz up there. I'll be back in a sec. My one regret in all this is that I do not have the inspiration to make these actually have, oh no, I need more levels. But I don't have the inspiration at the moment to make these have good fox puns on them, which is frankly what they need to be like properly for him. And I don't sadly have time to wait to get them from you guys in the comments, because I'd really like to get this box to him. We're it's belated for Christmas. So what I'm probably going to do instead here, I'm actually going to go ahead and collapse that to 1. Yeah, I'm going to collapse that to 1. And we're going to get back out some emeralds here. And I am going to throw in some XP bottles. Be silly. and give him a way to go ahead and get the levels to name them himself. I mean, it won't actually be enough, but it's cute, you know. It's funny, and it's not actually taking away from anything that was going to go to him, though I do need to trade for a few more in a minute. But for right now, I need levels to continue, so we're going up to Quartzville up here. Apparently things aren't spawn-proofed outside of here. This is awkward. Okay, so with a couple last rounds of carrots here, this should get us on to level 35. There we go. Dump the carrots in here. Hop our butts down here. And we can go ahead and combine that last book. There we go. So that should be a broken anvil. And a complete set of stuff for him. So I think, yeah, I think that looks like a pretty good set. I feel a little guilty not making those be netherite. How much netherite do I have? I can always mine for more, right? Yeah, it'll be fine. It's fine. We can do that. I'm going to feel more guilty not doing it than I'm going to feel sad that I've used that up. So I would rather do it for him. I know he's not going to care either way. Like, I know he's a good guy who's not going to care either way, and he's just going to be happy about this regardless. But, like, I have the ability? Hello? Can I? Thank you. Oh, I'm do it. I'm do it. Make sure those are all his and not ones that I've got. Okay, we're good with that. And let's get back out my gear and head back over to deliver these to him. Okay, so, okay, I think that one's supposed to be there. So let's go ahead and drop off Rogue's present there, and it looks like mine is here for me. I think I'm gonna grab it, but I'm not gonna open it quite yet. We'll wait, we'll wait till later in the episode to actually open it. And because, yeah, I kind of want the surprise. I kind of want to do some more work on the mountain. There's been a little bit more done on a live stream since you guys last saw it before I went ahead and did the Secret Santa bit. But also, I already know who did my Secret Santa. I kind of wish that I didn't know because I like the secret, but I watched their episode. So Foxy's episode on it was hysterical. I'm gonna link to it, but so anybody who didn't watch last year, there was a whole fiasco where Foxy tried to make, hey, Rogue found his present already! Hey! Was he just waiting under the tree? Oh, he already had some netherite gear though from the looks of it. But it spares that way at least, so. Anyway, yeah, so Foxy did this whole thing last year where he tried to trick us all into having him for Secret Santa, but we noticed and secretly swapped it out for a real one. So he commented while he was getting into the Secret Santa machine, like, I wonder if Lyarrah's done the same thing. Like, it'd be weird if she done that and we can't access the thing, which actually can. Oh no, Zap's still in there. I wonder who hasn't pulled names. Oh no. I don't know what we'd get for Zap. Yeah, if nobody gets, like, I'm gonna check in the Discord. If nobody gets that, we'll make sure that we get Zaps. Yay, Rogue seems to like it. Welcome! Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, Foxy didn't, he commented that he was worried, like, what if I did the same thing? And, then he got me, and it was so awkward. It was just like, oh no, he's gonna think that I did. Hopefully it's obvious that I didn't, but it was just I'm gonna make sure I link that episode. Y'all gotta watch that. Y'all gotta watch it because it was absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and put the present away for right now and know that we're gonna come back for it soon. And the other thing we're gonna do before we get back to the mountain is I'm going to make another attempt at this, and I am completely horrible at this. I have nearly died multiple times. I have actually popped a totem once. In fact, let's get that spare totem on there. But, you know, people have been getting sub 1 minute times on it, and the best I've gotten so far was a minute 17, I think. So I'm going to stare at my OBS, wait for it to hit a nice round number here, and then we're going to give it a shot and see if I can at least get it to like a minute 10. Like, I'm a bad flyer, guys. I'm a really bad flyer. Go! And I already landed on it. Let's try again. And go. I know Silent was making it look easy in part by, like, dropping out of Elytra mode at convenient times. And go. So, like, pressing spacebar again to get out at... I'm gonna count that. I'm gonna count that. I'm at half a heart, though. So he was just like, to get through some of them. And I'm wondering if that isn't what I should do too? Whew, I'm wondering if I'm going to pop a totem doing this again. Although number 2 is the one that I did it on last time, so I think I'm okay. Through here. And then it's a trench. So, but this is Dadcraft's contribution to the area. Okay. He did this. Help indeed. I agree with you, Snowman. And it's really great. It is fantastic. It is stupendous. I like it a lot, but I'm just really bad at flying. And we made it at a minute 12. And that's including landing once. That's probably about the best I'm gonna do. I may try a few more times on stream, but, you know. We're gonna call that good for right now, and I am going to get back to this right here for a bit longer. Got a couple things I've done that I want to show you on it. But first I wanted to let you know that I'm actually going to have Groova set up the timer for me, so that timer will not be on there today. And unfortunately, that also means that it is not going to be on the download, because there's actually a download coming out. I think it's going to be out by the time this episode comes out. We are giving you as a mid-season present. Hang on, I gotta take the helmet off. Mid-season present. The download of the server as it is now. So that is going to be something else complete that you'll see in the next episode, but you'll have seen by the time that you've got it, because the download will be out. Yeah. And it's going to be this fully functional. Obviously the track is functional. You'll get to see Jesse's tree. It is, because oh my gosh, Jesse's tree. Love it so much. I forgot to turn back on Cheaty Zoom, but it's so wonderful. She got, okay, yeah, let me show you guys this, because this is what I wanted to do, but didn't get to do because I didn't use solid blocks on my tree. Look how perfectly those look like ornament hangers. It is just glorious. That is the one thing that could have made my tree even better. And she got to do it, and I love it. It looks so good. Ah! All right, so since I do have the mountain complete now, yay, and it is being all pretty around me, yeah, yeah, I've started going ahead and getting some detail put in on the mountain. The first thing I did here, and I'm not sure if I'm happy with it, yeah, kind of sitting on the fence on it still. But for the moment I'm leaving it, is I've put in this acacia here to be like a cut stone to make it look like this is a section where the mountain has been like actually carved out. So instead of being naturally eroded away, this is, you know, manually chiseled on. So that's why I went ahead and made it be a darker one. I may have to put a couple like half slabs in on top of here and stuff like that to help it be disguised a little bit more. But yeah, I think I like it. I think I like it. And that I have put at a few spots around here. So for example, that is also used down here where the cliff is. Right there, because this is cut into the cliffside. And the other thing with the cliffside is you'll see I've got these posts now. These are meant to be like holding up the parts of this that extend out over the sides. And then back over here at the starting line, I have this pile of wood that are just meant to be like staked into the ground there. I meant for it to feel like it was there to hold back any snow or whatever, but I'm not sure if I'm totally happy with it. Yeah, I don't know. I just, maybe if I strip the logs or something it'll help. I haven't really figured it out. What I wanted to go ahead and do now, and I just realized that I've put everything away in the present, so I'm going to have to go back and get it. Yeah, it's stream weekend, as you might be able to tell from so many things that are in progress. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I put away so this would be more usable. And I have a couple things that I want to use to decorate this more. And of course by decorate I actually mean texturize, but I'm bad at words, okay, give me a break. So what I want to do, I'm gonna kind of swing back out and swing back in again on it. I want to find spots that I think will look good darkened up, first of all, to use the basalt on. So, like, this here feels like an area that would probably be darkened up a bit, just from having, you know, the water coming down this area a lot and stuff like that, the same way that I did with the actual shapes of the mountain. So we kind of want to do a little bit of this effect in here, if I'm thinking correctly about it. Now, I am a little concerned that this is going to be too dark and it's going to look weird on here. I do think also to keep it from looking too uniform, I'm going to have to occasionally just have some spots where I put things in sideways instead in there, because this should not look properly like pillars. This should be kind of a mix and match here. Oh yeah, and by the way, I've run the redstone up this already to go ahead and do a timer. I just, you know, don't want to tackle the redstone right now. May actually see if I can get one of the redstoney boys to do it for me, because I don't entirely trust myself with it. You know how it goes. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Definitely going to want a little bit more of the texturized pits in here. But if we kind of do this in places around here so that... Oh, But preferably not so that the texture bits are right next to each other or anything. But yeah, just to go ahead and get some variety in here and get it kind of messed up in good ways. Like, you know, in messed up probably isn't quite the right word type of ways. Then I think we can really get something good going here. Not gonna lie, I am now kind of wishing that I had used this for the texture of the part that was supposed to look like I'd cut it. But I think that it is still doing a pretty good job at being like a darker patch of the mountain, and I just need to make sure that I kind of steer that feeling down the mountain a bit here. Get there. So we're gonna go nuts for a minute here, and I will be back with you once we are done. I guess the one flaw with this is that I never really like established if this was a volcanic mountain or not. I didn't really intend for it to be one. I could change it out for one to be fun with it, but I feel like non-volcanic mountains might be a little bit more Christmassy because they don't kill you. That's, you know, a sensical phrase to utter. Ah, yes. Yes, nothing more Christmassy than being sacrificed to a volcano. Beautiful. A+. Sounds like my idea of a good time. Same, buddy, same. Alright, it is time for the moment of truth. Let's see if I've got this the way I want to have it. Come on. Don't go too far over to the side, please. Not quite still. I think I want to do something right around here. Whoops, to not let it stick out that far that fast. Like, maybe if I can direct it back that way. Maybe let's get that row put up higher. Okay, block that back off. And where did I say? I said this row? No, this row. We're going to put that up higher again so that that'll go around that. Yes, that should do it. And back up here again. Let's try that again. Let's let that finish going down. What? I'm not going to ask questions. I'm probably better off not knowing. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. I'm feeling a lot more satisfied with that. So yeah, so we've got the waterfall coming down this side. I actually think I want it spreading out a little bit more at the very bottom here. So maybe if we go... there. Maybe? Maybe not? Yeah, something like that. We'll still fiddle with it a little bit, but like that, we'll go ahead and have that to go into like a river heading over to the water here. Maybe we'll even have it split around either side of this higher area. But yeah, I want to have that on this side. I love just the lovely, rich, dark color. You guys know I'm a sucker for that because last season I had the river in my tundra there too. It's just the color of the water in tundra is so beautiful. Oh, I love it. We're gonna have to find a couple other areas to put those in. I kind of want to... Ooh, that'll be a good one. So we can probably put one, like, sneaking past behind on the cliff here to come out there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we gotta do something like that. And of course, the other biggest project that I've got as far as this goes is the inside of here. I'd really wanted to try to get this done for today, like the whole thing, but I want to do like a nice pretty time lapse of me doing all the detailed decorating on it, and I don't have the new computer set up yet. It is about a foot to my left, but it's sadly not complete, not set up, so can't use it quite yet. I think I'm gonna get that set up and then set up a camera account to like watch me do the decorating, the detailing, get all the andesite and everything on it. And then hopefully next episode, next episode is mostly going to be me finishing the highway. I've been doing that at the same time here, so that's that footage is mostly ready to go. The highway's done. You're going to love it. But then also Groova is going to be setting up the timer for me, so that's going to be a big help too. So next episode, or if not, the one directly after, I will have everything done on here. We will hopefully have a beautiful time lapse of getting all the andesite and basalt and tributaries and snow and everything else put onto here, and you know, kind of have it be the framing of, because part of why I put it where I put it is to go ahead and help block off some of the ocean so that it creates more the effect of this being closed in and encircled, and I still kind of want like fill in the ice there too. But for right now, I think that I should go ahead and grab my Secret Santa gift, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to see what's in it. Pull you on out of here, plop you down, and ooh, okay. All right, well, first of all, I have been out of diamonds, so I will gladly take those. I will take the gold too, and that is, so I don't know if I've told you guys, I probably have told you guys, I owe my community 8 or 9 wither fights, like legit wither fights. I'm gonna need spare gear, because of the fundraising for my new computer. Part of the deal was wither fights when certain amounts were donated, so I owe those, so this should help. Like, I'd already had, I guess I had close to enough, but that'll definitely help on that. The wither roses are going to be good because I've been debating making a farm using some of them. I feel like that is enough to help on that. Yeah, diamonds definitely help put a dent in it. I feel bad on the elytra though. Like, I'm grateful for that, and I'm really grateful for the inner chest. I'm grateful for them, but I have like a dozen. So I feel like I'm gonna find somebody who needs these more and regift them. Maybe I'm wondering if that's something to be helpful for Zap, since his present hasn't been drawn yet. I guess I'll check to see who still needs to draw a present, and if I can't find out, then maybe we'll give these to him. Like, so genuinely appreciate Foxy giving them to me, but it's just me recognizing like that's something I already have a ton of. So it's something that would be better in somebody else's hands. But the skulls, and especially the roses, are fantastic, and the diamonds, well, those are appreciated because I'm broke. You guys are going to see why at the start of next episode, but I am completely broke. But yeah, for right now, I now have another, well, I was going to say that I have another shulker to my name, but I guess these shulkers were mine to begin with. Whoops. Oh well. So instead I'll just stay with the sun setting behind me here, and with the adorable Santa hat still on. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and as always, if you had as much fun as I did today, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe so we can hang out again next time. Take care everybody. Toodles!